Hey, what is up guys, One360 here, back with another video, and today we are reviewing the Alcatel One Touch Idol 3. So let's start with the hardware. The Idol 3 features a 5.5-inch 1080p IPS display with excellent color saturation, impressively deep blacks, and above average viewing angles. It's easy to see even in direct sunlight, and while the resolution may not be as high as some of the more costly devices on the market, at 401 pixels per inch, it's still plenty sharp. The brain of the phone that powers everything is the Snapdragon 615 chipset, clocked at 1.5 GHz. This is a 64-bit octa-core system, the first of its kind, comprised of two Cortex A53 quad-core processors clocked at 1.0 and 1.5 GHz respectively, as well as the Adreno 405 GPU, 2 GB of RAM, and either 16 or 32 GB of internal storage. Luckily, if your usage demands more than the 10 GB end-user memory made available to you, there is a micro SD card slot built into the ejectable micro SIM tray. At only 7.4 millimeters thick and 140 grams, the phone is both thin and lightweight, so much so that it almost feels like Alcatel forgot to include the battery the first time you pick it up, and that combined with the rounded edges all around make the phone feel significantly smaller and more comfortable than its 5.5-inch display would suggest. There's a lot of metal emulation going on here, from the shiny silver trim to the dark chrome rings sandwiched in between, and even the matte brushed aluminum look on the back, but it's all tastefully done. The only things found on the back of the phone are the 13 megapixel camera and LED flash, and callouts to the Idol and Alcatel One Touch brands. And unlike most other plastic phones, there's no creaking when you apply pressure to the back. The only questionable design decision here is the power button, which is placed up high on the left side of the device, and as a result, it's not the easiest button to reach with one hand. The One Glass Solution laminated display is raised from the rest of the face of the device, with only the 8 megapixel front-facing camera breaking the symmetry above and below the screen. Sitting slightly recessed from the display are the JBL branded dual front-facing speakers, which are some of the best speakers I've heard on a smartphone to date. Sound is fairly well balanced, and the speakers are very loud and sound extremely good quality, and even louder than HTC's Boom Sound speakers on the One, for example, which is why the Idol 3 blows away the vast majority of its competition. The user experience on the Idol 3 is strikingly similar to that of stock Android. In fact, save for Alcatel's custom app icons and a few pre-installed apps, the software running atop Android 5.0.2 is left almost entirely untouched from Google's original vision. A few apps have seen a small makeover, but even Alcatel's redesigned apps followed material design protocols and fit in with the rest of the interface seamlessly. There are a few nice touches here and there, like the Time Apps custom icon that actually reflects the current time down to the second, and the Weather app, which features a pop-out widget conveniently tucked into a one-by-one home screen icon. There's also a few shortcuts on the lock screen for quick access to the calculator, music, camera, contacts, and a QR scanner. What's more interesting than the nearly vanilla experience is that the pre-installed apps Alcatel includes are actually useful. There's no special app hub or Lookout security. Instead, popular services such as Facebook, Twitter, Dropbox, and WhatsApp are included. WPS Office for productivity, Mix for music playback, Facetune for portrait photo enhancements, Notes, and a sound recorder. Each and every app included on the Idol 3 is useful, and with all the bloatware we've come to expect, that's something I can't say of many Android phones these days. One of the Idol 3's best features is its ability to rotate the entire screen's contents by 180 degrees, making it fully operational upside down, with With on-screen buttons, a symmetrical design, and the ability to place phone calls in either orientation, it makes all the sense in the world to pack this feature into the software experience, and it shows Alcatel's thoughtful planning with the phone's design. And Alcatel once again thinks ahead and offers a double tap to wake functionality. It's not the most reliable implementation of the gesture that I've seen, but it's a great addition nonetheless to take advantage of. The camera may be the only disappointing aspect of the Idol 3. The 13 megapixel Sony sensor Alcatel chose for their flagship is pretty decent, at least in broad daylight. The camera takes a significant blow in low light, like a lot of phones where pixelation and noise take the place of detail and saturation. But the camera overall is very usable, and you get a few nifty shooting modes like time lapse and a QR scanner, which are unique to the Idol 3. With all of the power packed into the Idol 3, it'd be shocking if it didn't perform exceptionally well, but given the low price tag, it's equally surprising that it does. The Idol 3 effortlessly breezes through the system interface with smooth transitions intact, and while 2 gigs of RAM may seem a bit small by today's standards, it's more than enough to keep the phone running smoothly in almost all cases. Opening graphically intensive games, web browsing, consuming media, especially with the wonderful speakers, you name it, the Idol 3 can handle it without a problem. The phone does support 4G LTE and works on all GSM carriers, including AT&T and T-Mobile here in the States. Call quality is decent, and the other person can be heard very clearly. Thankfully for those who spend a lot of time on their phones, the Idol 3 has excellent battery life. Even with heavy use, the phone never needed a second charge. It averaged 4.5 hours of screen-on time, sometimes even exceeding 5 hours. This is especially relieving given the phone's non-removable battery. To wrap everything up, I think Alcatel One Touch has done a tremendous job with the Idol 3, and it's set a new standard for all budget smartphones to measure up to. From its powerful specifications to the loud stereo speakers and the large vibrant display, this phone is every bit as good as devices sitting at twice the cost or even more, just as long as you can deal with the subpar camera. The Idol 3 is the Alcatel's The Idol 3 is Alcatel One Touch's best effort yet, and more than that, it's the best value for a smartphone that I've ever seen. So tell me in the comments about what you think of the Alcatel One Touch Idol 3. Do you think it's worth getting? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment on my videos. I appreciate everything that you guys have given me so far, and keep subscribing. Stay tuned for more future videos. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.